From the days of the Galactic Republic through the First Order, the army of the dominant government used operating numbers to categorize, serialize, and dehumanize their recruits. In the Clone Wars, clones were designated with a CT number. CT-7567 was Captain Rex's number before the clones decided a nickname was a way to give themselves an individual identity. This example calls into question the rest of the Galactic Republic's operating numbers. CT would have stood for Clone Trooper, CC would have been Clone Captain, and RC would be Republic Commando. A few more designations had been mentioned, but have not been firmly established or denied in canon. Captain Rex logically would have to have been CC-7567 unless he rose to the rank of captain during the war, which is very plausible. The military leaders of the Republic, oftentimes the Jedi, mostly accepted the individual clones' decision to become individuals. As the Empire took hold, the clones were denied their chosen names and treated more like merchandise than ever. During the days of the Galactic Empire, Stormtroopers, the primary grunt of the Imperial Army, were designated with 2 letters followed by 3 or 4 numbers as well. As a general rule, the lower the numbers following the letters, the higher the rank of the enlisted. The first case we hear of is TK-421, a Stormtrooper Luke and Han take out when they're trying to rescue Leia. The TK number was the most common. It's most widely believed to stand for Trooper Corps, Corps spelled with a K. Spelling Corps with a K has ties to our own Earth's history of the Nazi stormtroopers. TK was not the only designation used. Star Wars Rebels references an Imperial officer designated LRC-01. ISB Agent Callus has the operating number ISB-021. Rebels also has a basic stormtrooper known as LS-261. According to the anthology novel From a Certain Point of View, the operating numbers varied by military units. TK was designation for troopers aboard the Death Star. This may not be entirely accurate, as TK troopers were present at the Battle of Scarif and participated in Operation Cinder after the Emperor's death. Even years after the events of Return of the Jedi, Din Djarin and Mayfield infiltrate a mining operation run by the Imperial Remnant. They're grilled for their TK numbers when confronted. The First Order used operating numbers as well. Finn was FN-2187, and the trooper who attacked him on Takodana was FN-2199. The FN Corps was a unit of the First Order Stormtroopers said to be some of the best of the best. They were trained by the ruthless Captain Phasma. Clone troopers were grown in a lab for a war and received operating numbers instead of names. Imperial Stormtroopers were stripped of their names and given numbers. The First Order, the most heinous, abducted children to pump their ranks and gave them numbers before any other identity could really set in. I thought this transmission would be a quick summary of some Star Wars lore, but laying everything out like this gave me time to pause and think about the treatment of the various armies throughout the episodes and how truly horrific it all turned out to be. While the idea of growing people as tools and abducting children is awful, it's another example of all the layers available to dive into in this franchise. Check out this transmission for more information on this ever-growing galaxy.